Hello my friends, how are you all doing? I'm doing extremely well. It is October the 26th of 2020. This video is about a review of this album right here. This is Vertebrae by Enslaved. Alright, so for those of you who are not too familiar with Enslaved, Enslaved is a black metal slash progressive black metal slash Viking metal band. They are from Norway. They formed back in 1991. They're still active. They have 15 full lengths, 3 EPs, 4 splits, 3 demos, 2 live albums, 4 singles, 2 box sets, 1 compilation, and 2 videos. The album Vertebrae was released on September the 29th of 2008 on Indie Recordings. It contains 8 songs and is approximately 49 minutes in length. The lineup in this album is Gretel Kjelsen on vocals and bass, Ivar Bjornsson on guitar, Ice Dale on guitar, Kito Bekkevold on drums, and Herbrand Larsen on keyboard, organ, and vocals. Okay, so this is definitely a very unique Enslaved album. Also a very controversial album. It definitely created a lot of division amongst fans when it first came out. There's definitely a lot of prog rock elements on this album. You can definitely hear a lot of elements of Pink Floyd, King Crimson, Camel, as well as other prog rock bands. Definitely a very mature album, very dynamic, very creative, lots of atmosphere in this album, definitely lots and lots of atmosphere. Some of the adjectives that I would use to describe this album would be warm, cloudy, foggy. I know those are weird descriptions, but if you listen to the album, you know exactly what I mean. Very crisp and very clear production in this album, very well mixed. You can definitely hear all the instrumentation. It's very good production, excellent. Most of the tempos are mostly mid-pace, although there are some faster elements throughout this album. Definitely a lot of variety within the riffing, very interesting riffs. Lots of various chords used, lots of different harmonies employed. Certainly a hell of a lot more than just your typical power chords being used here. Very interesting, very good guitar playing. Lots of very memorable riffs as well. Very catchy riffs, that's for sure. Guitarists Ivar Bjornsson and Ice Dale definitely complement each other very well. They're just some of the best guitarists out there. Also lots of very impressive guitar solos on this album. I must say these are some of the best guitar solos that I've heard on a black metal album. The solo in Ground and also the solos in the song Reflection are just extraordinary. I just absolutely love those solos. Kito Bekkevold, who is the drummer of Enslaved, his drumming is just absolutely extraordinary. Very unique approach on the drums and how he complements the guitars and the rest of the instrumentation. Gretel Kjelsen is just a phenomenal bass player as well and just adds so much to the overall sound of this album. Herbrand Larsen, who is the keyboard player, also a very unique keyboard player, just a top-notch musician, adds so much to the dynamics and the emotion of this album. He also, Herbrand Larsen that is, employs clean vocals throughout this album. Just a phenomenal vocalist. His clean vocals are just extraordinary. Definitely complement Gretel Kjelsen's intense raps really well. Gretel Kjelsen, he is just a phenomenal vocalist as well. His raps are so intense and so extreme. Yeah, so there are definitely some faster elements on this album, like I said. For example, this song New Dawn is very, very fast and definitely very abrasive throughout. Also, the song New Dawn, it features a very memorable chorus that contains slow, dramatic vocals over intense, powerful riffs and very intense drumming. I just absolutely love that song. That's just an amazing song. There are some psychedelic elements on this album. Throughout this album, there's definitely quite a bit of psychedelic elements. For example, the song Center contains lots of psychedelic elements. Yeah, so this is just a very unique album. I just absolutely love this album. I think this has got to be one of Enslaved's best albums. Definitely one of my favorites, that's for sure. Just an extraordinary album. Some of my favorite songs on this album are To the Coast, New Dawn, and Reflection. Okay, so that is my review of Vertebrae by Enslaved. Alright, so if you're not familiar with this album, definitely check it out. It's just an extraordinary album. I love it so much. Enslaved are definitely one of my favorite bands, but I must say that Vertebrae is definitely one of my favorite albums from them. It's just an extraordinary album. Alright, so I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I want to say thanks to all the people who watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. I really truly appreciate it. Okay, take care, my friends. Cheers.